Most music producers are self-sabotaging themselves without even realizing. So you probably think that music production is all about inspiration, creativity, plugins, strategy, but in reality it's way more simple. It's a mental game, and most of you are playing it wrong. And this is the reason why you feel creative blocks, you're stuck, you're not finishing tracks. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to eliminate creative blocks for good, like guaranteed, so you can enjoy the process and never feel stuck again. So I had a client call on Tuesday, which inspired me to make this video. So this is gonna be a really perfect way for me to explain the mental part of music production. I have a little backstory as well, which is gonna make this video even stronger. So this is gonna be like a podcast style video. So if you're driving, cooking, whatever, I would appreciate your company. So get yourself some tea, snacks, whatever you want, and let's get into it. So I will quickly tell you what was the problem. So I started recording this video and I was recording for like 20 something minutes, and then I realized that my camera stopped shooting at like minute number 2. I was like, fuck it. Like, I was so pissed. But then at the same time, I realized that this is actually even better because I can illustrate the concept on my own example, what I just experienced, okay? So I'll get into it more and connect that with the topic. Okay, so the problem number 1, and I have bullet points in front of myself. So problem number 1, it is mental. So what I was experiencing, like what my client Dylan told me, by the way, if you're watching this, hey, this video is for you. He told me that I sit and I feel like I need inspiration. So the problem is that you're probably feeling the same, like I need inspiration, right? So I need inspiration, I need a starting point, I need a perfect vocal, I need to feel creative. But the problem is that you don't need, you think that you need. There's one thing in psychology called the reticular activating system, and basically it means that what you're focused on, you're gonna see more of that in your reality. So in the context of music, if you keep focusing on I need, then like you will experience that need. And if we translate that to like you start paying attention to red cars, like red car, your system, RAS, will filter out everything and you're gonna see more red cars just because like you're focusing on that, right? So if you think you need something, you create a mental block in your mind. So the problem is not any of these points. Vocal, feeling creative, like you don't need that. The problem is your belief around it. And a belief is just like a mental construct. You can change it just like this, like anytime, right? So start believing that I don't need anything. I can just sit and I can just create, right? So it sounds simple, but in reality, that's really the key, right? So, well, that's kind of it for the first point. Now, problem number 2 is you probably feel like I must feel inspired first, right? But if you imagine this is like a little graph that I drew on my whiteboard, and I feel a little bit pissed just because I couldn't really capture the flow of the first video. So the energy is a little bit different, but I decided to continue with the video just to show you like, okay, I fucked up. I lost the original energy, I lost the original flow, but I'm still gonna do the thing because this lesson that even though that my technology, my camera just broke the vibe or ruined the vibe for me, I'm still gonna do it just like in a different way. And that's like a perfect illustration how art works. Doesn't matter what you feel, this and that, right? I'm still gonna do it. And actually that makes my advice even more solid, even more to the point, because like I'm a little bit pissed, but I'm okay. I must feel inspired first. What a lot of people get wrong is inspiration comes after action. So there's you take action, you start a track, and there's some sort of like chemistry happening here, right? So that's usually 10 to 15 minutes. Then inspiration hits, and then you start feeling inspired, and then you really make a good track. And this is on the graph. Why a lot of people struggle is because you are basically stuck like in here. This is the first 10 to 15 minutes where you feel like, I don't feel inspired, I don't want to do it, and like it doesn't feel right, I need to feel creative. But in reality, if you just can get through this 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes it's just 5, you're gonna make a good track. And then just from here, inspiration, your output, it grows exponentially. But just because you're in your mind too much, this is where you're stuck. So realize that knowledge is the power. So I'm basically just reframing, we are resetting your belief system about music production. And trust me, this is way more valuable than any music production tutorial like I could make. It's maybe like a little bit just raw and just like business style content, but I just genuinely enjoy making these videos. So, and that happens to me as well, you know, sometimes, actually very often, I don't feel like I'm inspired or like I want to sit, I want to do a track, but then I start cooking something, I start like throwing like kick, bass, drums, leads, whatever, and then it just flows. Professionals don't wait to feel inspired, they just start. So be a professional, don't be a beginner, waiting for inspiration here and for like some magic pill, magic button you just press and like, oh, I'm gonna output something good. So they start neutral and let inspiration catch up. Now, the next point is, it should be 3, but doesn't matter because in my list it's 4. Pressure kills creativity. So when we had a call with my client Dylan, I gave him like a little exercise that I'm giving to my clients. So if you are, let's say, like intermediate beginner, what I usually tell my clients to do is you make loops and you have to send me at least 5 loops a week. So every day I am expecting you to send me a loop. So that's usually brick plus build. So what that allows you is just like laser focus your attention on learning the basic skills. So creating basses, creating drums, creating ideas, right? And then he told me something really interesting, which I added to my script or to my structure here, is he was telling me that I feel pressure because I have to make a loop. I have this productivity time. So like imagine that you're busy, right? And you have like 1 to 2 hours after work, just like hypothetically as like scenario. Like I have this productivity time, I have this productivity quota on my calendar, on my diary, right? And I have to output. And the key problem here is this pressure, it creates expectation plus importancy, right? Expectations kill experimentation, and importance kills fun. So just because you are pressuring yourself so much, this is the exact reason why your mind is blocking you, just because instead of enjoying the process, you're just pushing yourself so much to create something or like output something. So what we really have to do here is we have to reframe. Not that I must make music or I have to output. I get to make music. I'm here to enjoy. I am present, I am grounded. So let me give an example. What's the reason that you started making music? It's for the process, right? But we get so attached to like expectations, to, oh no, my light died. Like you see, it just pisses me off. So you know what? I'm just gonna keep that in the video. But that's the point. It's so funny because you see, even though that this is not like very perfect, I'm still choosing to continue, right? I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna connect the charger here, but it's kind of funny because this is just a little example. Like it's silly, it's funny, but at the same time, I'm basically just I'm showing you the mindset of a creative person. This is raw, authentic, and this is the point of these videos. So back to the topic here. What's the reason why you started making music? Really? Is it about the results? Or is it about the process? Just because you enjoy making music so much, And when you really can just ground yourself and like, oh, let me just have fun, let me just experiment, let me just like do whatever I will do today, whatever is the outcome, like fuck it, it doesn't matter, right? And this is what a lot of people get wrong. Okay, so now reframe that and it will work for you. I'm here to enjoy the process, not prove something to myself or to other people. You don't have to. Okay, now the next thing, and a very important one, is neutrality. Okay, so you have to be neutral about the outcome. Don't attach significance to the session or to the result. Whether it's good loop or bad loop, both are the progress. So it doesn't matter if you make a shit idea because it's neutral, but there's everything wrong when you make it a big deal, when you make it a problem. Like, oh, like I'm not able to make good tracks like for 3 days in a row. Like fuck it, even if that's gonna be a week where you make shitty loops, are you gonna respect yourself so much and say like, it's fine, I'm learning, I'm here to enjoy, like I actually learned something? Or are you gonna sit here, judge yourself, criticize yourself just because you have expectations, just because you're trying to prove something to the world, to yourself, or to other people to feel worthy? To feel worthy, I need to make good tracks. No, you're worthy just because you are, right? Everyone is worthy just because they are. You make it a big deal, you attach like some sort of meaning to bad loops, and this is something that I experienced myself. Like the way that I was talking to myself is like I was hating myself, I was judging myself, I was really telling like pretty harsh things. Like you will not have friends if you talk to people like this. You know, right? So it's exactly same logic here. Doesn't matter what you make, share a good idea, both are progress because you are learning. And the problem with good ideas, like you get to attach to that like dopamine, to that like feeling of like, oh, I made something good. Now I made something good, I feel great, and then you're like so like you're gripping to that state. You want to feel good all the time. But if you dig a little bit deeper, both are neutral. It's okay. So don't get too attached to it. If you make something good, amazing, then you learn something. If you make something bad, that's the same lesson. Like it's fine if you fail, it's fine if you make something like not perfect, totally cool. You know, so neutrality is flow. Nothing is wrong, nothing is bad. It doesn't matter if you're failing, it doesn't matter if you're making something good or bad. So learn how to be neutral, calm and present, grounded, just enjoy it, right? The next point is also going to be an interesting one. So even though this is a mindset video, we have to be a little bit strategic. So you have to anchor your signature elements. So the problem with a lot of clients that I coach, by the way, if you need help, you know, you can check the link in the description. I'm gonna put some free resources like signature sound, or we'll see. I'll just put some free resources, coaching and my track from scratch course. You can check it out in the comments. So let's say we're gonna draw a square or a circle. So that's just gonna represent like a specific style. So this is just like style 1, and this is gonna be like style 2. When you know your style, it just makes things a lot easier. So when you're starting a track, and this is something that I realized after 10 years of making music, you need to have a foundation. So no matter like what genre I'm doing, I tend to gravitate towards same sounds. It's like the same bass types, same leads, just because like it's my DNA, like it's my like essence, or like the core identity as a producer. So when you really get those 3 to 5 favorite basses, right, then drum styles, when you get clear on this, on leads as well, you get into the flow because you already know like, okay, that's my foundation. So if you don't have that, you need to do that first. Like you don't go and you make tracks. You really sit and fucking make those 3 to 5 basses, or even easier, just find presets that you like, and that's it. It's like just remake them a little bit, or like fine tune and tweak. And that's it. So essentially, your palette is your inspiration. It's your DNA, and your DNA is starting point. If you take any famous designer, any famous music producer, you're gonna see like similarities. There's not like, and it's gonna evolve over time. So no need to pressure yourself. Like really, why do you make things so complicated? Just take it easy. Okay. So next point, and this is where my original recording stopped, so now I'm gonna get into the flow, is reference tracks. And it's just so funny that I keep repeating that on my coaching calls, I keep repeating that in my videos. You are just not using reference tracks in the right way, or you're not using them at all. And this is honestly why you're struggling with like finishing tracks, sound design, mixing, arrangement, right? You're probably searching endlessly for the perfect reference, for the perfect inspiration. But it's way more simple than that. You don't need to copy whole tracks. You just need one thing. So let's illustrate that on my whiteboard. This is how it's gonna look like. So we're gonna have reference 1. There's gonna be reference 1. It's gonna be reference 2. And this is gonna be reference 3. And out of each track, you can have like a very specific part, which can be, let's say, here, we're gonna use, this is gonna be drums. Oops. Second one could be, let's say that's gonna be just the lead. And the third one could be just the overall like mixing style. Could be anything, right? You can do whatever you want. But when you have this guideline and you are picking different elements, it's like you are taking from different inspiration sources and you're putting that into one. This is when you automatically, so this all comes into one, you get quality, you get inspiration, so inspo, and you get originality. Because you're using your tool strategically. When I was a beginner, I always thought like, oh, I'm gonna come up with my own arrangement. I'm gonna come up with my like own style of bullshit. Like it's just bullshit. So now I'm just realizing how much time I just stole from myself, but that's fine. It's like no judgment. It's just the creative process. Like I wish I knew all the things that I'm teaching you in this video, because it's really gonna make like day and night difference. So it's profound. You don't have to copy, just take like key elements for arrangement, sound design, stuff like this. Okay. Now the core mindset shift, and we're gonna get into the psychology, a little bit into spirituality as well, probably. So core, this is 7. Core mindset shift. If you think there's a problem, there is a problem. And this is the way that this reality works. Where you focus your attention, you will see more of that. So as simple as that. So just imagine, right? So we need to put it like this. So this is you. And that applies not just to music, but to life as well. So let's say you choose to focus on number 1. You are just, let's say, enjoying, just to be congruent with the topic of this video, right? You are just enjoying music, maybe life, and then you have a very specific belief, which is gonna be music is fun and easy. And just because you're focusing your attention on this, you will see more of that. It will be a dominating thing, right? So this is number 1. This is a good scenario. Now, again, this is how most people do it, is you start creating problems out of nothing, right? And then you can say, no inspiration, I don't feel inspired, I don't have like, no, just an example, I'm making things up, no good vocals, what else? Can't find reference, and you name it. And just because you're focusing so much on it, you will see more of that. And it's just as simple as that. You need to train your mind. You need to train your mind to focus on the right things. And this is not just about music, it's the key to reality creation. If you are into like spirituality, manifestation, Neville Goddard, like all that stuff, if you know, you know. If not, that's also fine. Those are the principles. So what do I have here? Yeah. If you stop seeing it as a problem, it starts existing. So to put it simple, really, creativity is going to be very profound. So creativity is your perception. So the way that one person is looking at creativity might be completely different to the way that you look at it as well. And this is how some people are, like, it's very easy for them to be creative. It's very easy, like, and fun for them to make tracks. They don't struggle just because their mind is different. They have different sets of beliefs compared to yourself. And that actually is the key. And it's cool because you can change your beliefs just like this without any problems. Creativity problems are perception problems. Nothing is missing for you. Nothing is missing or wrong. You don't need anything. You don't need inspiration. You don't need anything external. You already have everything inside. Everything is inside. You are just believing thoughts that are causing you resistance. And maybe you think it's too simple, or you might think some like initial thoughts, oh no, it cannot be too simple, I'm missing something. But again, if we go back to the principle, it's the same thing. So change your thoughts, change your attention, like change your awareness, what you are aware of, and your reality, your process is gonna change. It's just as simple as that. It doesn't have to be like that complicated, okay? So super simple. All right, what do we have next? Now we're getting to the summary of this video. So if you're with me, that's still cool. So you're learning so much if you're staying with me till the end. Okay, how to enjoy music. Again, should be, I guess, number 8, right? I think. Yeah, this is number 8, but numbers don't really matter in this case. So stop judgment in real time. Stop judging output in real time. Because the way that this works is you can be here, this is your creativity, and it can be like this, like this, like this, and then you just skyrocket at this one point. But if you criticize yourself like, nah, this is not good, you're just not gonna get until like here. You're gonna be stuck in this part, which is just not cool, right? Next one. Stop expecting results. It's funny because that relates not just to music, but in life in general. And it doesn't mean that you're not gonna get results. You will. The moment you just detach from the results, this is the moment when you're gonna get amazing results, like with music. And it may be like very counterintuitive, but like really. Okay, number 2. This is number 1. Okay, the next one. Allow yourself to play. And this is the key to life in general, not just in music. Play, have fun, and allow yourself to do silly things. Allow yourself to make shitty tracks, because this is where everything is coming from. Okay? What else? Remember. This is going to be such a big one. Remember why you started. Because sometimes the ego mind is so like, you are like right here in the moment and it seems like it's a fucking big deal. But if you look at the big picture, at your big why, this is when the magic happens. This is really like the key to everything, okay? I need to restart my camera because I have a limit of like 30 minutes. So jump cut. Now, final one is, how can I make it fun? So if you got like 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, doesn't matter. How can I make the process fun? Maybe you just want to sit and play with sound design, but just because you created this like mental construct in your head, in your mind, you think like, I need to make a loop today, right? And it's very similar to how I was making videos in the past. I was making videos from pressure. Actually, this video, I wanted to record it yesterday, but I realized, you know what? I really want to, but my energy is off. And today I feel great, and I really want to make a not make a track. Oh my God. I really want to film this video today, and my energy is on point. I wanted it yesterday, but just because I'm allowing myself to get rid of the pressure and just really enjoy and do what I want to do, this is why this video is really good. So that's the cool process about it. So make it fun. Fun is the most important thing when it comes to music and in life in general. Allow yourself to play. Okay, so now the final point of this video, and this is gonna be my sign off. really good one, really enjoyed it. So final message: the mental game wins. Okay? Most producers lose the mental game before they even open Ableton, and to illustrate this is, let me do it like this. I don't even know how to illustrate this, but it doesn't matter, right? So you're making things like way more complicated when you're like doing things like that. So this is like, let's say this is gonna be, I don't know, like music, right? This is how most people think. Like, you think we have the problem here, oh, like I don't feel inspired, I don't have enough time, and then like somehow maybe you eventually gonna get to the result. But in reality, like this is option 1, like the bad one. But in reality, all you really have to do is just allow yourself, oops, what is this? Just allow yourself to make it fucking straightforward, because it is straightforward in your mind. So it's like, oh, okay, fun. That's really it. And the only difference between these two is just the mindset and perception. So what we really have to do is just remove pressure. Number 1, have your palette, so the signature sounds. And references, just like a short summary for everything, like smartly. Oh my god, smartly. And let creativity appear in the process. Right? That's really the key. As simple as that. Music productions becomes easy when you stop thinking you're supposed to feel a certain way. So the final point is your brain, which is like mindset, plus a little bit of systems plus strategy is professional, pro, output, fun, and your best tracks. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. And now, if you're liking this style, I'm gonna put the next video for you here, which is called something like 10 years of music production experience in 40 minutes. So again, similar style, talking about slightly different things, more like strategic. This one is more about mental game. So go ahead and check out the next video here.